All right, back in another video. This one's a weird one. First, because of COVID, you can't really do as much portraits and fashion photos as you'd like to. And I've got into an interesting situation where I kind of wanted to try out some street photography. I've always thought it was interesting. I've never really tried it before. And when you can't really shoot what you want to shoot, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try it out. So I found the X100V on Facebook Marketplace for $1,100. I bought a silver one, drove out there to Michigan to pick it up because I didn't want him to ship it. Picked it up, had it for maybe 2 weeks. It was fun. I'll show you some pictures from the camera. It was a good camera. Really small, really light, really portable. And unassuming, you could really, it's the way I look. It's hard for me to blend in. People see me and they take notice. So that's the first thing. But I felt like with the Fuji, I could kind of take pictures inconspicuously. But I had it. I felt like I could do better. I've never really liked APS-C. For some reason, I just feel like with APS-C, I'm not getting the best bang for my buck in terms of image quality. Fujis are amazing. I love the film simulations. I really just shot JPEG with the classic neg simulation. It was awesome, but I just felt like I could do better. So I bought a 50 Summilux. I had my Voigtlander lens, and I had the X100V. I didn't need the Voigtlander lens anymore because I had the 50 Summilux. Then I found someone online who was willing to trade Q2, Leica Q2, the full frame fixed lens camera, for my X100V and the Voigtlander lens with a little bit of money on top of it. So, boom, here we go. Brand new, these are about $6,000. Leica Q2, beautiful little camera. I got this case on Amazon because I gotta put a leather case on my stuff. Awesome camera, the 28mm 1.7 Summilux lens, and it's been an awesome camera. I like the EVF. The EVF is really just blows the Fuji EVF out the water. The only thing I would say about this is there's an articulating screen. That would be my only gripe about it. And the 28mm might be a little too wide for me. I shoot 50s and 35s. I'm really comfortable with the 35. But with street photography, when you want to get close to people, like I said, it's just weird for me to get close to people. 28's a little far. You have to get real close to people to get any, nice photos, and then they know, okay, you're taking a picture of me. And that's weird for me because it's not a genre that I'm really used to. Getting close to people like that to take photos is really weird for me. So that's one thing I'm struggling with right now. It's the approach. If anyone has any tips, I'll be glad to listen. I went out a few times. It's been really cold and snowy in Chicago, really, really cold. But I was able to go out real quick, get some shots, figure out like what makes a good street photo. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos following people doing these walk around style photos of, videos of them doing street photography. I've tried going to Chinatown. I've tried going downtown in the city. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure if it's really for me, but I'm gonna keep giving it a fair shot. I've got some really cool photos though, that's the thing. If you find some good lighting, some good locations, some good scenarios, you will get some nice photos, no doubt. Another problem is Chicago's dead right now. With the cold, it's bitterly cold. There's COVID. No one's downtown, no one's out anywhere. If you want to go to Chinatown, it's like a ghost town. For some reason, nobody wants to go to Chinatown. Wonder why. But I just can't, get into it as I would have liked to. Maybe I'm gonna hold on to the camera for a little bit longer because I'm kind of thinking of selling it because I'm not really using it. Maybe street photography is not my thing. Maybe it's a 28mm that's too wide, or maybe it's just the way the world is right now. It's not a very favorable time to be out in the streets taking photos. So those are the things that I'm considering, but I've enjoyed the camera so far. I just have it in my car with me when I'm going out to take, to run errands. I just take it with me. Sometimes I'm taking the dog out at night. I have the camera with me. It's a nice camera to have with you. It's an expensive camera to always have with you, but it's a nice camera nonetheless. So it's nice to have a really good quality camera around, because sometimes I'm just driving and I'm like, ooh, that would be a nice photo. Ooh, that would be a cool photo. You see the picture in your mind, but your cell phone's not just gonna do it. That's why I bought the Fuji in the first place, but then I got greedy and got this one. Now I just have a whole lot of camera here and barely using it. It's super sharp. The lens is amazing. It's super sharp, the resolution. I just put it in aperture priority mode and let the camera figure it out. I don't want to think about my settings when I'm shooting on the street. From what I've watched, that's the way to do it. You kind of want to focus on your composition and the story you're telling with the photos. That's another thing I'm working on, figuring out how to tell stories. So it's not really a review of the Q2. I'm sure you can find a million reviews out there. I really like the camera. It's a nice little, it looks amazing. And the previous owner put a blackout on the red Leica dot, which I really like. It kind of makes the camera kind of more inconspicuous. And that's the thing for me. Being inconspicuous is big, because I'm 5'10", 230, 240 pounds, walking up to people. People take notice, and it's kind of weird. I even had someone yell at me last week for taking pictures of him, and he got upset. Asked me to delete the photo. I deleted the photo. I was like, I deleted your photo, bro. It's okay. Some people are weird about it. So that's another thing. Maybe I just need to get more comfortable with it, and that'll come with practice. So I'm gonna keep working on it. It's fun though. Like chasing that photo, there's a rush that you get from it, and it's really fun. I like that. But I don't know. It's just a weird time. Maybe in a couple weeks, in a couple months, when things are, better, warmer, I'd be able to actually walk for hours and take photos, which would be, that would be the goal, just walking around for hours taking photos. Because I'm doing these in like 10, 15-minute stints before my whole body just freezes up. My fingers are burning. It's just so cold in Chicago. So that's where I'm at. Tell me what you think of the photos. What do you guys think of street photography? I mean, it's good to dabble in other forms of photography. I'm learning a lot about framing, learning a lot about, negative space and all that stuff, which is cool. I've been looking at a lot of other photographers' work to get an idea of what makes an interesting street photo. So I'll keep working on it. It's a little exercise for me, if I'll put it that way. It's just something to sharpen your skills as a photographer. You don't want to be a one-trick pony, and it's fun. It really is fun if when the conditions are right. It's fun. So let me know what you think of the photos. I'm gonna put some pictures from the Fuji and from the Leica Q2. I haven't had a lot with the Leica Q2. I've barely had the camera for a week, maybe a week and a half. So this is my first impressions. I really like it. I love, there's something, the build quality of Leicas, man. It's amazing. The Fuji doesn't even compare. If they were both next to me, I would always go with the Leica. Even though I'm not a fan of the 28mm, kind of get over it. You get used to it. And you can do the cropping thing and all that stuff too, because it's 47 megapixels, so you can really crop the photos to your heart's content. I'm not a big fan of cropping, but yeah, it's fine. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully next week. I'm doing a big photo shoot with some models on Sunday, so I'll be able to probably see if I can do some behind the scenes of that photo shoot, and we'll talk about the process, because it's in a really cool location. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and have a good night.